Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today we're doing another reaction. This time, again, a new band. Now, I've heard of Unleash the Archers many times, just kind of seen it from passing and people reacting to the songs, but I've actually never clicked and never checked out any of the songs. We're going to be doing the reaction to Awakening, and I particularly picked the full band playthrough video because it is either just the audio or the playthrough, and I think the playthrough will be just a cooler thing to see the band members and to kind of doing their performance. I think that'll be a cool thing to do. Anywho, let's jump right into it. I know it's power metal, and I'm going to give a caveat to any Unleash the Archers fans. I'm already a picky person, I know that, but I'm extremely picky with power metal because when it gets too neoclassical, I typically kind of just get bored. And not necessarily because the band is bad, it's just not to my liking. Let's see what these guys are gonna have. You know, people who know will come to this channel many times already know I'm respectful in my criticism when I give it. Try not to shit on any band because it's already hard enough for them to make it. They don't need another person on YouTube shitting on something that they've made. That's not my personality. Anywho, let's get right into it. I like that with the techno. Female singer. Oh, I really like that creepy intro. Yeah, female singer. She's pretty. Oh, I gotta turn that up, okay. Okay, I don't know who recommended this. I forgot already. You already know my taste. This is power thrash metal. Fuck yeah, let's do this. You gotta have that high-pitched note in the beginning of an epic intro for a power metal song. It's like it's a must. You have to do it. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. There's just things I want to say right away when something happens. I really like her voice. I really like her voice. You can right away tell she has a control of her voice and she's able to hold notes. But at the same time, I like that kind of a subtle deepness to her, the way she's doing this song. Like she's able to kind of modulate herself very well. I really like that.
This one brings the end.
You know, I believe personally that power metal is probably the most competitive genre in heavy metal, because I think it's the most accessible to anybody's ears. You know, there's singing, there's beautiful guitar playing, so it's really hard to stand out as a power metal band. I personally think there's a lot of what my brother and I call Mickey Mouse bands. They're not necessarily bad, but not necessarily good. They're like Marvel movies at this point. Like, you know what you're getting, you enjoy it, but you quickly forget about it. And it's nice to see it. For me personally, like, I don't know if I would right away be listening to this, you know, day in and day out. But they're very talented, and I personally think, despite how I might personally prefer this band over Yes or No, you can see the talent, and they kind of rise above that what I've been talking about. They are not just like the one of those bands you're gonna forget. As of what I can see right now, it's just very, very, very crisp production. I kind of like everything so far.
I'm drawn to the creature that waits me, bound to them by the curse. My soul exists only to serve a covenant above. Fear not the task ahead, there's no escaping it, there's no good nor evil here. Stare against
That's nice. Yeah, she makes it look very effortless. She's doing these really, really high, long standing notes, and she makes it seem very, very effortless. Um, yeah, I honestly, I don't have anything negative to say, to be honest. I think this is like solid power thrash, uh, power metal kind of song. I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit, just so I can get this part once we go back into it. But what I wanted to kind of say is, first of all, I like the fact that they have a guy who does the growling. I like growling. I know a lot of people don't enjoy that. I like his growls. I like that difference, right, in tone of voice. And the solos, this is a preference for me personally, that I don't like. The reason I don't like power metal typically, or I listen to it less, I shouldn't say I don't like it, I listen to it less, is it's very mechanical. The musicians will be so over the top technically good, but like the solo will sound a little bit mechanical. I've said this on my channel before, sound like Yngwie Malmsteen, stuff like that. Like, to me, he's very mechanical. Whereas like this has soul to it. This has a bluesiness to it that he doesn't just, you know, for example, this solo wasn't the most complex solo you ever heard in your life, but he had emotion behind it, and to me that's so much more important. But it also had technicality. It wasn't easy, something, you know, something to play. So I typically prefer this kind of power metal over the purely simple, not even simple, neoclassical, I would say. I think it's called neoclassical power metal. Typically not a fan of, because it just dives into like Dragon Force. Perfect. Through the Fire and Flames is one of the most boring songs to my liking. It's one of the most boring songs I've ever heard. Yeah, it's technically phenomenally proficient, phenomenally, but it's like, it's boring to listen to. It's a boring songwriting. It's boring solo, because like after like 30 seconds, like, okay, I got it. You can play the guitar really, really well, and this is really difficult. I don't care how difficult something, like, people get really into details, it's the how we approach different music, how we like to approach it differently. Some people like to know everything about a band, where they come from, their background, who does what, who writes what, and how technically difficult something is. Personally, one, I don't have time for all that. Like, if I can listen to an album from beginning to end without stopping, that's already a miracle for me. I'm really, really busy. And secondly, I never cared for it. Never. I just want to put an album on. I don't care what it took to write it, in a sense. It's just, I want to take in the music without all this extra stuff influencing how I'm going to feel about this music. At least that's how my brain works. I want to listen to this album, I want to get through it. And bands that I really, really get into, like Slayer, Iced Earth, Melekesh, then it's like, okay, where do these guys come from and what it took to create this? But initially, even the album, like, let's say a new album from Iron Maiden, I just got to listen to Senjutsu. I am just listening to the album. I don't care where it was written. I don't need to know every single detail. I just want to get that first initial feeling, with unbiased feeling of what I'm gonna think about this album, then find out all the details about it. Me and my brother always approach music like that. Even movies, we're like, I don't want to research things about a movie. I want to watch it first and then do research. That was a nice harmonizing section that they had there. I also really appreciate that they have a very simple kind of look to them. They look really down to earth and chill. To me, like, a lot of times it's very important. I've been to so many like black metal and death metal concerts where the guy just takes himself way too seriously. Like, he keeps the growl in between songs. Like, he stays super serious and eyebrows down. Like, we're satanic, we're this. Like, dude, relax. Loosen up the butt cheeks. Like, it's okay. The song is over. You could be a person now. Like, you don't have to be so see. I remember seeing Apsu. I love Apsu, by the way. It's a black metal kind of speed metal band. And the song would end and he keeps his growl for the next song. I started laughing in the concert because I'm like, dude, you can't be like, be a person. Relax. It's okay. That ending, that was a nice end to the song. I'm a sucker for those when like everybody's in rhythm, head banging. Oh man, it just charges me up. I remember probably some of the most fun I had at a concert. I went to see Elevate. I don't know how to pronounce it. Elevate. Anywho, it's a I believe Swedish. I think they're Swedish, either Finnish or Swedish folk metal band. And there was a song called Targanako. And they got everybody, involved. It's one of those songs that's very crowd focused. and he got everybody involved, and I literally grabbed some random dudes by my side, hands over the shoulders, and we just started headbanging in the middle, and the circle just kept growing together until it was a huge circle of just dudes, hand over shoulder, headbanging shoulder to shoulder. It was such an awesome moment. So I'm a sucker for those kind of moments. 100%. I thought this was an awesome song. Perhaps maybe just a little long. And yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say. No, this actually, I changed my mind a little bit. I said I don't know if I would listen to this. I would listen to something like that. It would have to have nice, diverse kind of amount of songs, like, you know, just not in the same vein. You know, some ballads, some faster songs, some slower songs. So I'd like more recommendations from Unleash the Archers. I actually quite enjoyed this. I didn't expect it, to be honest, because I'm always with power metal. I'm like, I think I'm automatically a little bit wary. Anywho, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and if you did, make sure you comment down below, and hopefully you didn't find my rants or my long pieces of conversation to be distracting or anything like that. And subscribe for more on this channel. Have a good one. Keep it metal.